we're not just beekeepers, but we're commercial honey packers. We are what you would call in the industry a producer packer. That means something to people that are in the industry. And quite honestly, the packing business has overtaken the beekeeping by a lot, and we pack a lot of honey, and it's just kind of happened on its own. I didn't really hit the road and go out and try to seek big customers and stuff, but we pack I have to be careful. Some people call us a big packer. In the big picture, we're not that big, but amongst a crowd like this, we would be considered pretty big. We did 1.5 million pounds of honey last year packed in jars. For me, that's a lot of honey. And right now our warehouse has about 1,500 drums in it, and that's what's meant to get us through the winter because we're not purchasing honey at this time. I think we peaked out about 2,300 drums in our warehouse, which is quite a sight to see. I mean, you know, looking at that many drums in a warehouse is pretty impressive to me. Even now, when everybody's gone at the end of the day and I'm the last one to leave, I'll walk into the warehouse and I'm even impressed. You know, I just go, wow, how did it come to this? And it did it all by itself. People say, well, how'd you get all your customers? The first 3 years I went into business, I actually hit the road and went out and sought customers, knocked on doors, went to gift shops, produce stands, markets. And after 3 years, I quit doing that. And what happens is every year we grow anywhere from 10 to 15%. Well, the first year was only $19,000, and the number now is staggering because every year it just does that 10 or 15%. We were just approached by Target to put honey in the Target stores in Atlanta. We have honey in every Kroger store in Georgia. We have 75 or 85 Walmarts around the Atlanta area, and we have a lot of honey in other major grocery store chains, but it's not our label. We do a lot of what's called co-packing, where we'll pack honey and put somebody else's label on it. They pick it up or have us ship it out, and it goes into store, and it has the appearance of being their honey. I don't have a moral problem with that. It's done every day. You go into Walmart and you look at the Great Value brand. That's not Walmart. They didn't make that honey. So I have no problem co-packing. We're always honest with where our honey comes from. When you walk into our store and look on the wall, all these varieties, it'll show where they came from. Clover came from South Dakota, blueberry came from Michigan, and the orange from Florida, and so on. When I first started, when I got into business, we did pretty good honey production for a few years. And it was about the third or fourth year we had a completely disaster year. And I didn't want to lose my customer base that I had built up over those 3 years of being on the road. And I had a friend in South Georgia that said, Bob, I've got a bunch of honey down here. Why don't you just come get barrels from me and take it home and pack it? And at first I kind of hesitated, and then we were getting so many calls about honey, and I knew that everybody else in the region was out of honey too. So I did that. I went down and took a 3/4 ton pickup and picked up 6 drums, which was all that truck could stand, and hauled it back to North Georgia. And it just sold just like that. And I had an aha moment. I said, I think we can do this. So I started bringing honey home, and within 1 year it became a big part of our business. And because of that bad year, we picked up more customers because other beekeepers weren't able to supply them, the mom and pop produce stands and things like that. And from that point forward, I've not actually gotten on the phone or walked in a door and sought out a customer. It's just all come our way. What we could do if we put a salesman on the road, I have no idea. And we play the middle ground. I like to say there's 2 ways of making money with honey or anything else. You can sell less for more or more for less. Some people, like Savannah Bee, magically sell more for more, but you know, I don't do that. We shoot for the middle ground. I like to compromise between those 2 extremes. We sell fairly good honey. We blend to make something that's good honey, good stuff that you'd want to put on your kitchen table and put on your peanut butter sandwich, that's kind of an amber color in a jar, not dark, not super light, with a pleasant flavor, and that's what we shoot for. That's what's going into all these supermarkets. And I buy honey from a lot of people. I have a lot of friends in the industry that I know pretty well, I know and trust. You know, buying honey is precarious all by itself. You never know what you're going to get sometimes when you're buying semi-loads of honey. And we do purchase many semi-loads of honey. And I've learned who to not buy from and who's safe. And quite honestly, everybody I purchase from is a friend of mine now. Yeah.